Hello and welcome to this video brought to you by Lois Art. In this video, we'll be looking at the new Pupa release for Blender 5.0. Finally, so it was kind of down for a bit due to API changes with the rigging, and a lot of changes had happened in Blender. So it kind of broke a lot of things with Pupa. But at least it presented an opportunity for us to kind of create a much better version with this release. Fixed a lot of things that it's faster, more stable, at least for the nearest future, where we will keep supporting Pupa and keep improving on it as always. So we'll just go through the features, especially if you're first time coming across it, what to expect. So it has an auto rigging system which allows you basically rig any character, human based biped, yeah. So we have, and it doesn't matter if the character is posed or T-pose or A-pose. All you need to do is click on this or have your character in a collection already. And once you do that, you can choose to rig the hands. I'm unchecking that for this demo. But we can go ahead and click on auto rig, and it's gonna generate the auto rig for you. There are some areas where it might not align, but it's fine. So we want to turn off asymmetry and just move this here. Okay, so that's the first one. So let's do another test. Select this lady, do the auto rig. So it's pretty fast, and the result is descent. I mean, this is a tight one, so that's probably why it got confused. Also, non-human shape. Someone asked on Twitter, would it work on robot or orc like characters that are not like typically humans? Yep, it will work. So, oh fuck, we'll just cancel that. So we need to put this in a collection, and then we do the auto rig. And yeah, as you can see, it also captures non-human too. So if you have robots or wild animals, as long as they're biped, it should be able to capture it and work. So that's the rigging demo. Now let's go into the rest of the cool features. So we'll be using this guy as our model for this. I'll just scale it down, maybe around 6 foot too. Just place it here. Okay, so let's quickly rig him up. We'll be rigging the fingers this time, so we'll add it to a collection. And so just in case you don't get what I mean, so if we create a new collection and call this collection guy. Okay, so this is his collection. If we select guys, no need to click on this. So we can select this and just auto generate. So it generates it and does a pretty decent job. You might want to go in and just adjust things if you need it to be exactly as perfect. Also, sometimes typically since we handle both symmetric and asymmetric character, sometimes half of it will look better than the rest. So what you want to do is, if we bring down this show tool and we have asymmetry, ensure this is turned on. We can just select the half that we'd like and just move it slightly, and the other half would copy the symmetry. You really need to be symmetric. So once you're happy, you can click on bind. We have a couple of options here. You could use meta rig. So if you want to use like a very simple rig for your project, let's say this particular rig, then you can click on use meta rig. And you have two binding methods. So we have automatic weight and we have voxel binding. Sometimes the automatic weight will fail, maybe because your character is complex or whatever. Then you can use voxel binding, which tends to work all the time. The only problem is that you have to play with the voxel size. So if we set this to like 4 and do it, it might not work. So the great thing is you can undo and go back a step and set this to like 0.05, and then it should work. So this is the issue with voxel. You might have this, but it helps for those really tough situations where you have no other option. But yeah, for fingers, you all hope it's not lost. You just need to reduce it to like very low value. The You're just giving up longer binding time, but apart from that, you're fine. Okay, so it's done. Took a bit of time and didn't work. So 0.0. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, anyways, like I said, this is just for really tough situations. But we automatic for this character should be fine. So like I said, we have different methods. So if you want to get the full rigify, then you leave that unchecked and you get your full rigify. Couple of things to bear in mind. For the knees, you probably want to move this forward, just typical rigging principles. For the elbows, you want to move it back, so it kind of indicates to the IK pole that's where it bends. Same for the hands. If you notice sometimes your hands are bending weird, the simple solution is at this point where you need it to bend, you just kind of pull it up at that position, and that's all you need to do. So if you just pull it up slightly, telling it I want you to bend here, you should be good. And once it sets up the rigify, it should work as expected. Okay, so let's go to the fun part, animation. The animation is smarter now. Previously, if you had like auto rig and you have a Mixamo rig selected and you have an auto rig preset here, and we do preview, previously it will proceed, but now it's gonna tell you select the right rig target to proceed. So we want to select a rigify Mixamo. We can do one, just what you notice is the animation playback is faster and the retargeting is way better. Another great improvement is the search, so we can do man sitting down. So it's way smarter now that it's going to provide you with lots of more options. Previously it was very lazy when searching, so now you can search for things more easily. So we can do KO. Previously it would not know what KO is, but now it knows that KO means defeated. So it's way smarter, and it will allow you really take lot of take more better use of the animations that comes in. So it ships with a lot of animations that you previously could not really access because of the difficulty of the search. We can search for what cool word is. So even if you search for BB, just little words, it's gonna give you very nice suggestions. Let's do climb 3. So if we don't have climb 3, but we have climb wall, we have climb up, free climbing. So just very improved search. It's just a couple of percentage less to be considered an large language model, but lots of work was put into to just ensure that the search was good. Other features kind of remains the same. The animation layer is still there. I don't know if I when the previous version released, if I went in depth. But the new improvement is if we do work. Is if you are to go ahead and apply this animation and we bring out a keyframe, you would notice your rig doesn't have any keyframe. So the new workflow, the previous workflow is like we baked it down to create keyframes and then you can animate on top of it, which is great. But I found that it's a better workflow if we kept everything in the NLA editor, so that you can do really cool stuff like blending. So let's say we have fall back. So we do extend animation. So it's gonna continue from this position. So if we preview, I don't want that one. Let's do this one. Anyways, so let's say you apply this. So we have two animations. Previously, if it's baked down to keyframe, you're kind of stuck with it. But now, since it's in the NLA, what you can do is you can move this in here, kind of you doing your video editor, and then we can blend it in. So it kind of blend into the animation rather than just a quick entry. But if you're happy and you want to bake it down, let's see if we animate this. So once we're here, let's say we want it to actually touch the grid ground. So we want to insert keyframe, and here we'll pull it down. So we also want to push it to the ground a bit more. So that's the power of Pupa. Kind of allows you to do stuff like this. So let's say you're happy with this and you want to bake it, then you can do bake down layers, and it then bakes it down to keyframes for you, right? So we can search get up, and if we do preview, so what you would notice is that since it's going to start from your the previous position, but if you want it to, since it's going to like consider this the new up, it's a very I mean, I'll probably go make an in-depth video understanding how to position and generate like a animation continuation. But for this situation, we want the up to be, we want the start position to be this. So what we want to do is clear the rotation and just move it to where we want, and insert keyframe. So we only clear the rotation, right? And we'll preview now. So because we cleared the rotation, now it's gonna start from this correctly. So we can move this down and set tweak. We can deal with that later. So we can now go ahead and apply this. Okay, so here we have an animation That is, we don't need, so we can delete that. He falls and gets back up. Let's do like a quick blending. So we want him to get back up gradually. So we can blend him in. You can see. Okay, so if we are happy with that, so we can now do an animation layer on top of that. Ensure he stays in on top of the grid the entire time. So I will make a more dedicated video of kind of creating a lot of animation continuation. It's pretty fun once you get a hang of it. And the reason why it's something that is something you need to get used to is because it offers a lot of advantage. Let's say I want him to walk diagonally, so I just need to rotate him diagonally and do walk. So the animation is he's gonna walk diagonally, and I can rotate him 180 degrees. So the system is powerful, but sometimes it can be inconvenient, but there are a lot of workarounds that. So it doesn't matter, like you can really start working from any direction. So it really allows you to tell story in your 3D scene from any angle and place you want. So that will be it. Is there anything? We just have some nice utilities here. You can switch back to IK. You have insert keyframe property. So I will probably make a more dedicated tutorial of creating like an animated scene with Pupa, because that's basically the main reason for it. It is an animation suite that allows you to use a lot of mocaps to combine to create one coherent animation. Yeah, and then you have the retargeting, which that's how we create the retarget. So you could have your own custom character, and this will allow you create your own presets so that your custom character, it doesn't have to rigify or auto rig any custom character. And if there's a particular motion capture data you want to reuse, you can set it up to always use that. So it's a very powerful tool, very customizable and scalable. Yeah, check it out if you've not gotten your copy, and if you've gotten your copy, you can go ahead and get it from Blender Market, the free update. So that'll be it for me. Bye bye for now. See you guys. Have a lovely week.